Well, surprise, surprise. How are you guys? Happy Sunday. Happy long weekend for some of you. I was doing some work and I thought they might find it really interesting and make sure I have everything I need for me to go live and talk to them about my own process for moving energy and integrating soul work. And so, you know, I was at the retreat alongside everybody else. And so I'm having to integrate that work this weekend. I'm having to move energy. And so I want to kind of show you my favorite ways of moving energy. We're here in my crystal room at home. So like I said, this is super impromptu. I won't be able to read the feed from across the room because I don't have my readers on. So I'm just going to say hi to you now. It's great to see you. And if you're integrating, this little bonus class will be helpful for you. I miss you already too. I do. Those of you who were at the retreat, I miss you too. It gets lonely. We had each other, you know, we're doing the thing. So let's talk about moving energy. There's different ways to move energy. This is gonna be super brief, but I just wanna show you some things. I love you too, Cecilia. I do, I miss you guys. Okay. We move energy by using the elements, right? And so one easy way to move energy is to smudge. These are those little Palo Santo cones that we have in the shop. Doesn't take much, just kind of light the edge of it. I'll bring some over to you. If you were here, I'd put you on this massage table and work you out a little bit, but you are not. So we will do this virtually. So, and then working with feathers. You know, I did this a lot at the retreat for people who were there, but use your smudge fan. You know, we made one in Soul Shift. If you missed that, maybe we can go back and do like a session 2, because you really want to move that energy around. And then what I was doing to a lot of you at the retreat was actually coming in and using the feathers to move energy off of you. Right? Do you remember me coming along and going, just kind of dusting you off a little bit? Because some of you needed to be dusted. So I was dusting you. So you can actually physically move energy off. Remember always to include your space, because your space needs to integrate and move energy too. So don't forget your space and your tools. So that's one thing you can do. Let me put this out. These little Palo Santo cones are no flippin' joke. They are the real business. So that little sucker will go for another 2 hours if I don't put it out. And I got what I needed. I can actually make one little cone last me for like a month if I'm good about putting it out right away. I'm always trying to see how long I can make my sacred tools last, because I don't like to waste, especially when we're talking about plants and trees. I don't like to waste what I have. All right, let me come over here and look at you. The Palo Santo coin. So the two smudging products that you have to have, other than a white sage bundle, are the copal sticks and the Palo Santo cones. Like, sorry if I look scary. Like, the way the lightings come in makes me look like something from Star Wars. But I don't care, and you don't care, and I'm not here to look cute. I'm here to tell you how to move some energy. Okay. The next way to move energy as you integrate from a deep spiritual experience is sound. Doesn't take much. The simple tone of a singing bell, all the way to singing pyramids, which I have here. This is a really cool, this was a gift from one of my clients. It's a rain disc. Thought you might like to see that. I really like it because it sounds like authentic running water. And I like it because it doesn't take up all the space of a big old rain stick. And that feels good too, just kind of rolling it around in your arms. And again, when you're doing this, drop in and let it be a meditation, right? that's another way. Stones and crystals are a great way to move energy and integrate energy, but the best thing you can use is copper. This is why when you see at Sage Goddess that I always have like copper pyramids or copper spheres or copper merkabas, there's always some form of copper in the shop, and there's a reason for that. These are my original 2 copper meditation spheres. I must have been, I think I was about 20 when I got these, and I saved up. Because as I recall, they were $99 a piece, which I think I really overpaid, but I bought them at my local shop and we didn't have online. So at that time, you were kind of stuck with whatever your local metaphysical shop has. But anyway, you gotta have copper. You don't have to have spheres. These are really heavy, so I can't travel with them. That's kind of the one bummer about it, but you need 2 pieces so you can have 1 in each hand. And then you just meditate, and the reason it's nice to meditate with 2 crystals or 2 pieces of copper, 1 in each hand, is you create a triangle between your third eye and the pieces. Do you see this energy flow here? This is very stabilizing, it's very anchoring, immediately drops you in. As an empath, it gets you out of these upper chakras, which honestly, you're fine, right? We all have very well-attuned upper chakras. It's our lower chakras as empaths that are like, need to be taken to the shop, right? So it's about anchoring in, creating this triangle of energy, which gets you connects you here, but doesn't hold you here. It anchors you actually right here around the solar plexus. And then you can visualize an inverted triangle down from right here down to the floor or down to the earth star. So almost making an octahedron energetically. And anchoring that octahedron at the solar plexus or the sacral chakra. You can use perfume to move energy. So, trying to give you all your elemental choices here today. Is this helpful for you? Is this helpful? Because I was like, I don't know. We don't talk about this a lot. And I was like, honestly, maybe the last thing they want to talk about this weekend is energy. You guys are probably a little burned out, and I wouldn't blame you. I'm really happy to see you, though. Hey, Beth and Teresa and Benfield and Emily's there. Oh, I'm glad, Leslie. Thank you for that. I just thought, so the way you use perfume to move energy is you anoint. That's why we do it the way we do it, right? So a little bit at your wrist for what you do, which covers the meridians and the energy lines in your body, and then at your ankles and at the third eye, which again, if you think about it, is creating that octahedral line of energy, which allows, oh, it smells so good. If you don't have Madre Tierra, and I feel really bad because I don't even think we have it in the shop right now, but it's one of my favorites. So this is the perfume that I use to move energy, especially if it's really, really stuck for somebody. Madre Tierra was made at my request because I needed it. It's big mother medicine. So it's very grounding, very anchoring, can take and hold the energy, but don't get excited because I don't think I have it right now. And then the last thing I want to show, if you want to take it to like a bigger place of clearing, it's easier to do it on somebody. So if you were laying here, I would have let's imagine that your head is here. So what I would do is first I would go through and clear you, right? I would move the energy. I always start above the head, sort of flicking as you go over the length of the body and then tapping down below the toes. And that's a beautiful way to move the energy. You always want to move it from above to below. And then as you're laying down or the person is laying down, you can drum over them. And you want to sort of fan it over the third eye. And then you can also start the other way. You can bring it more above their head. And to give you a sense of what that feels like. Ooh. It feels like retreat part 2, doesn't it? A little bit. So just to recap, that's all I wanted to show you. A lot of you need to move energy. You're integrating, you're you know, you're working with what you got from the retreat, or you're integrating your own medicine, or you're integrating maybe secondary medicine that you got from just by being virtual with us during the retreat, because that's how energy works. And so you can move energy really beautifully through smoke with incense by lighting a Palo Santo cone, working with mapacho tobacco. I've got white sage leaves in this little dish. And I like to have a little dish like this. This is an ashtray actually, but maybe it'll inspire you. This was a gift from someone in our community actually. This is all handmade. On the inside it's really pretty. It's like a little spiral. But what you want to do is you can put mapacho, you know, cigarettes in here, white sage leaves, Palo Santo cone, and then, you know, the ash in here is absolutely beautiful. So the same thing when you're done. I already have a lot in here because I've been working this one for the whole month of August. Then you take that out and you fertilize your plants with it. Is this helpful? Okay, so we talked about moving the energy with smoke. We talked about moving the energy with sound with the bowls. Moving the energy physically in your body with copper of whatever kind you can get. Moving the energy with feathers, right, this way. Again, beginning above and working over. If you don't have anyone to help you, just over your head. And then down to the floor. One of my feathers just came out, which is not a big deal. You just push it back in. But again, over your head, down to the floor, and you can work it behind you. And you can literally go over and out your fingers, and then down over each leg, over your feet. You can do it. Give yourself a booty cleanse. Thank you. This is my favorite room. I can show you. Most of you have been in here before. Seraphina's like, yes. This is my magical olive tree right here that comes alive when I'm in medicine space. So this is where I work at home. And these are all my crystals that I've collected pretty much my whole life in a kind of organized form. It's not perfect, but you know, it's better than it has been. But a lot of pieces that are really important to me are here. I'm so glad. Oh, I wish you could smell in here, by the way. The smell in here is insane. I actually don't know what it is, but there's a crazy good smell in this cabinet. So every time I open it, I just stand there and inhale. I don't know what it is, so I don't know how to recreate it. This was a gift from Michelle in our group, which I love. This is one of my primary altars. This is my ayahuasca altar, and these are all, everything that here is either a gift from a teacher of mine over the years, which is what most of them are. This is, the pyramid is, the medicine bundle is, the wand is, the ayahuasca is. This has a long story to it. This is what I saw during ayahuasca last October, and then I found these at Tucson, if you remember, and I had these in the shop, but that's what ayahuasca showed me, so that's why I brought those. Zoe made me that little tiger. And then in here is, you know, just more stuff. I mean, basically this is all my crystals in one place. Which, you know, given what I do, it's important to have a way to kind of collect everything and have it together. And then this is that's my grandmother. And that is the picture of Jesus that she had in her life, or her room, her whole life. So that's why I have it here. It's my Mary. And I think that's pretty much it. Everything I want to show you today. More crystals, more. These are coming to the shop. These are brand new Vogels I had made for us. Don't tell anybody. Nobody knows about these yet. So I was just taking pictures of those this morning. Michelle, did you see your picture hanging here? Well, this was a gift from one of my teachers too. Isn't it a beautiful piece of topaz? He purchased a piece. He was shopping with me in Tucson, and then he bought me that. So that's something very special to me too. So I hope this was useful for you. I hope it was fun for you. Zoe's got some of her Barbie dolls in my crystal room too. Sometimes Barbie likes to play with crystals, so she hangs out. But thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. It was great to be with you. Happy integrating. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I will be offline most of the day tomorrow, Monday, just trying to hang out with the kids as much as possible before we take off. And then tomorrow night I head to Denver for the start of a very long couple of weeks. Love you guys. I will look forward to seeing you very soon. Thanks for hanging out and doing some really powerful work tonight. I'm proud of you. Proud of everything that you're doing. I'll see you soon.